Hey guys, welcome back. I've been working on getting the sheets on the roof, mainly because I only had an hour to get as far as I did. And I did 6 out of 8 sheets. I'm going to leave the last 2 for the video so you guys can kind of see how I did it. But the first step that I did was I put this 16-foot 2x4 on the end of all the trusses to tie everything together. And then underneath there, I'm not going to have a soffit really. It'll just be a 1x that's underneath there to take that gap up. And then there'll be a 1x on the front as the fascia. Kind of the same thing on the side. You guys can see the side there. I still got all the supports screwed to the side just for safety reasons. But if you can see that, this whole side of the roof is sheeted, and then the lower half of the other side is sheeted. So that's all the way across, everything's screwed in there. This is the bottom side of the, I guess the forward side of the roof. And I do have the little clips that go between each section of plywood, or I should say OSB. So I don't know if you can see them, but there's little shadows here that you can see where the clips are. There's one right there, there's one there, there's one there. So the same thing will be on the other side. I put one in between each truss. I figure that should be plenty. So next part of the video I'll show, I have to cut off about 8 inches or so of the top panels. I'm going to measure the distance from the edge of this to the peak and go from there. It should be the same as the other one. It was about 40 3/8 or so, and I leave a little bit of air gap at the top for flexing and everything. So when the winters come around, everything tends to move around and settle, and you don't want anything buckling. So that's where we're at with this. I did notice that this 2x4 here on this truss must have been warped. That's why I have these 2 chunks scabbed in, because yeah, if I look from the bottom side, you can see it's warped this way about at least a 1/2 inch. So I had to scab in those chunks there, so I had something to screw the OSB to, because it didn't even come close to the 2x4, so it was right on the edge of it. But that's fine, it is what it is. Again, that's what happens when you get big box store lumber. It's never straight, it's never quality, I guess you could say, even though they call it their quality select. But it's coming together. Once the roof is sheeted, then we will probably work on the doors. That way it's closed off, and then all that's left is tar paper, tin work, and trim work. So stay tuned for that. We'll see you then. yourself. I was going to use the M with the loader, but obviously I can't get at it from this side, so I don't know. I used the ladder on the other side because I got that van and I would have had to charge the battery in order to get it to move, so I did it all by hand, climbing up the ladder. Probably not the safest way, but then again, climbing up on a loader isn't exactly safe either, so we got it up there. Now we got to get the clips in and get the screws in, so we'll take you up top. Alright, well, if I would have done an 8/12 pitch, this would have been a lot more difficult because I'm sliding on this just with a 6/12 pitch, but basically we got these clips here, so you got a wide end and a narrow end, and I don't think it matters which way it goes which, but essentially they slide onto the end of the OSB, and then this top panel slides inside it. So I don't think I'm going to be able to hold the camera up here, or much less attach it to anything and do this, because it takes like 3 or 4 hands, because I got to scoot the sheet up, slide the clips in, and then get the sheet back down and align it left to right. So I'm going to do that, and then we'll start putting screws in. Alright, we got it all sheeted, everything's screwed down, all of our clips are in place. So you can see these clips here, that's how they work. One slides over this one, the other one slides onto that one, and I've got 8 of them all the way across. So we should be ready to go. Got a little bit of an air gap at the top so that it can breathe a little bit, and everything's good to go. So now we can move on to, well, we got to clean up, and from here we can start doing tar paper, tin, doors, and trim work. So I'll probably do the trim before I do the tin work, because I want to basically make all the trim work level with the top of the OSB here. That way it butts right up underneath the tin. Sorry, the sun was probably in your eyes. That way it butts right up underneath the tin work, and we got very minimal gaps. So yeah, it's been a learning experience, I'll tell you that. I think in the final video I'll talk about ultimately what I really learned doing this, and things to watch for next time I have a construction project. If I'm so lucky to build a shop, which will go somewhere over there, but that's if and when. So that's all there is for this episode. Sheeting is pretty simple. Yeah, that's all I got. So we'll talk to you guys later, and it probably won't be before I leave for vacation, so maybe we'll talk to you with a YouTube live. If some of you guys follow me on Facebook, I am planning on live streaming on Facebook the entire drive out, with the exception, I don't know if I'll be able to. I have to see if I can have my map on my phone up at the same time I'm live streaming. Maybe not, but if I can't, then I can't live stream and have GPS at the same time. So stay tuned for that. Otherwise, we'll see you guys. Probably the next place will be Colorado. So talk to you guys soon.